Comprehensive immigration reform is desperately needed because the system is broken. Right now, we have families who are being torn apart because of an immigration policy, when family unity is at the heart of who we are, both as people of the United States as well as people of faith. Children who are born here of parents who didn't have their papers, those children are U.S. citizens. Their parents are not. Their parents are subject to deportation, leaving behind their children. How is that supporting families?
The government this year estimates that over 440,000 immigrants will be placed into immigration detention, which will cost U.S. taxpayers nearly $2 billion. And the vast majority of those people who are placed in immigration detention are vulnerable populations, such as those who are here seeking asylum, families with young children, victims of torture or trafficking. And so the Congress and administration really need to revisit how are we enforcing our immigration laws and whether or not this makes sense given our tradition of providing kind of humanitarian assistance to those in need.
Any reform, I think, has to take into consideration more than just the reactive to what is going on right now, and focus on, how can we become more and more a society that reflects the character around which we were founded. Our country was formed with a sense of hope around the fact that all people would have equal opportunity, and to have equal opportunity we need to treat each other well. I think it really then begins to impact how secure we are, how comfortable our children are in knowing that we treat everybody equally.
Well, one reason why we need comprehensive immigration reform is to protect the rights of all workers. The United States has historically been built by immigrants who come here to pursue a better life economically, socially, and every other way. And so we have a long history of welcoming people into this land, allowing them to pursue their dreams, allowing them to find work, to find employment, and to build themselves up. And that continues today. There's nothing different about the immigrants today.
It gives our country an opportunity to really commit to the values that are foundational to who we are as Americans, welcoming the stranger, ensuring that the poor are raised up again, allowing people who have done the wrong thing to do the right thing. For a lot of undocumented immigrants, they do want to do the right thing, and comprehensive immigration reform is not just good for families, for immigrants. I think it's also good for a country as well.
Right now we have 12 million people in a workforce that is in the shadows, that is living in fear, and that if we can enable them to come out of the shadows, to become productive workers and consumers, they will certainly benefit materially, and then also spiritually by welcoming the stranger, welcoming the newcomer into our midst, which has been the tradition of our country.
The system that we have really makes people suffer who enter this country. They have to live in the shadows. There's no clear path to legalization if they're here, if they came into this country in an appropriate fashion. And so that piece is needed, both to deal with the profound problems that people who are undocumented have living in our society.
Comprehensive immigration reform is needed because we have more than 12 million undocumented immigrants, as well as lawful permanent residents who are separated from their family members, and a system that's not conducive to any type of order, to any type of humane treatment of people, treating people with their dignity and their respect. And so if we want to have a system that actually works, that is realistic, that can treat people humanely, and that doesn't only work for immigrants and workers, but everyone in the country, we need a wide-scale reform of the system, and that's what we're looking for.